Hello, good morning. We had a little bit of a hiccup this morning. So, how are you doing today? It's another wonderful morning. Temperature -7. Oh, similar to yesterday. So, good morning, everybody. And how are you doing today? It's a wonderful morning. Again, we're sitting here enjoying the nice, it's still fall. It won't be winter for a few more days. So, here we are. And it's okay today. It's cold, but we had a fantastic IG live last night with Donato. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. It's not often that I have someone um, question me, or I have someone, say so much to me. So I really enjoyed it. It was really intriguing. I learned a lot from the way he asked the question. He was well prepared. He knew more about me than I thought he would have found out. Good morning, Ezra. You missed a lovely, wonderful time last night with Leonardo. It was fun. It was long, an hour and a half or more. I don't even know anymore. The point is, it was a beautiful experience because he is not often somebody asks many questions of me and expect an answer. And he's a good interviewer, a good coach too. So I really enjoyed it. So here we are today. It's Thursday morning, and it's the 17th. It's -7 in Toronto. And what can we do with that day? It is just a beautiful day. So how are you doing today? Are you doing great? Greeting to self. Your light is shining. Are you aware of that? We all must know that our lights are shining. Are you aware that your light is shining bright? Your light is really letting you have it. It's amazing. And when you know your light is shining, there isn't anything you can do because you can see where you're going. So that was the greeting to self today. So here's today's mantra. I am pushing myself to do better. I am. Good morning, Yoko. Just in time to get your mantra. Good morning, Corinne. You are pushing yourself to do better today. Donato took me apart last night and asked me about when he talked about my mantras. And one, I think we said, I'm taking a step in my life. And he wanted a little explanation about that for others. Um, and it was really amazing that the mantras that I just get them based on just me. So today I'm pushing myself to do better. That is what we're trying to do. And each and every one of us do that. We have things that we do each day that makes us amazing and which is better for us. So your morning I'm greeting to yourself. I hope it was lovely. Mine was your light is shining. So as long as you know your light is on, you're okay. And then you're pushing yourself to do better today. So that's what we have to do. I ask, good morning, Lisa. I ask every morning when I pray, I say, show me how I can do better today. Help me to do better today than I did yesterday. And that is something I always ask for because we can always try. My morning blessing to you today is regret is a disease. So regret is a disease. I know regret is not a fun place to be. Yes, regret is a disease of the mind that affects the entire body. When you have regret in your life, it affects not only your mind, it affects your whole body. You feel despondent, your body reacts that way, you show it in the things that you do. So regret is something that really can affect you. um, when you look back at where this regret is coming from, it is usually way back, from way back there in the history of your life's journey. So regret is not only in the moment you did something, I shouldn't have done that. Sometimes the regret that turns to a disease has started growing way back there. Regret is never sudden. It's never just boom. It is a disease that grows, and it grows slowly, and it grows with a purpose. It grows intently. Its only job is to demoralize you. That's its job. The job of a diseased mind, it just goes in there and it demoralizes your diseased mind. It puts it in there and it affects your body. Your mind affects your body. And your body sends a message to your mind. So between the two of them, and regret is in the middle, burning it at both ends, pushing you. So regret is a growing disease that causes a dis-ease. Look at how the word is spelled. A dis-ease. You're not at ease anymore. You're dis-ease. That's how it's spelled. to the mind and should always, and you should always understand that it is there. So you have to consider what happened. You stopped. Oh, can you guys hear me? Somebody said it stopped, but I'm there. Let me know if you can hear me because Corinne said, "What happened? You stopped." Who knows with this thing? Um, Send a message if I'm still loud and clear, right on there. So once regret takes its claim, um, are you guys hearing? Let me know because Corinne said, "You, what happened? You stopped." I loved that grin. Okay. Let me know what you guys are experiencing. Send me a text or something if you can, and I'll have to start again and hold on to you guys for dear life. So let me know what you're thinking. In the meantime, I'll continue. And if it, yes, oh yes, Ezra said we am back on. So let's go back to that. I am so sorry. Regret is a growing disease. We know that. Once regret takes its claim, though, and plants its flag in our mind and body, it takes strong conscious effort and support to move it from and leave it in the past. So once regret gets us caught on, regret is the thing that is going to make us feel bad. We have to understand regret. Regret is it's really awful. It's an awful thing to have. Vowing never to repeat it. So once you realize it, thanks Yoko, thanks Lisa, thanks Ezra. So once regret takes its claim and plants its flag in your mind and body, it takes strong conscious effort and support to move it from you and leave it in the past. You have to really work on moving it from you, vowing never to repeat it again. The thing about regret is that you have to know you don't want to repeat it again. There are things one can do to heal itself from this disease of regret. So there are things you can do to heal yourself from regret. The first thing is to acknowledge what has happened and to know it is impossible to change that outcome. It happened already. You cannot keep going back there to change it. Regret will make you feel that once you're going forward, oh yeah, remember how you did this and it was a big mess? You cannot let regret do that to you. You cannot fix the past. You cannot go back. I was talking to a young lady and she said her mother went back to Nova Scotia. She didn't want to be in Ontario again. And when she got back, she went back to live. She was so disappointed. She's so disappointed. And now with COVID, she cannot come back to Ontario because of all what's going on. She doesn't want to. But the thing is, going back and expecting the same thing, it's not going to, you cannot go back to a place. It's going to change. You can go back, but you go back expecting change. But in when regret hits you, that one does not allow you to see change. It's already there and it never leaves you. You have to work on it to get it out. And you have to be ever working on it. And you have to say to that particular situation, one must you that I need you out of me. I have to let that go. I cannot go back there and fix it. So once you have to stay in consciousness. Consciousness makes you stay in the moment now. And on alert, never to let regret take hold of you ever again. One must therefore step into the present and face every situation by taking bold steps. Um, oh, hello, Nancy. By taking bold steps and deliberate steps to make sure that that does not happen again. Regret is a thing that just, it eats at your stomach. Taking hold and pushing it out of there. There are techniques you can use to overcome all of these challenges of regret. And you should also stand on your belief and faith with persistence to win. Once you it happened, and at the time you didn't do it, or the regret came, what you said, you opened your mouth, you said something that destroyed a relationship, you did something that caused you to lose your job, you didn't pay attention, something happened. You cannot fix that bad situation. You have to understand the next thing to do though is to be aware and to be more in tune with the moment. You should also stand hard on your belief and faith. You never give up. You get yourself pumped every day to try and to keep trying because you cannot change what happened. Regret never stands alone. Regret is a situation that needs friends. Regret loves to have friends, usually weak friends, like lack of self control, lack of discipline, lack of focus, lack of hope, lack of the will to keep trying. Regret needs anything that does cannot fight back. Oh, I am so hopeless. I know I failed before. I cannot control myself. I'm going to eat and drink and do whatever. I cannot stop doing this. I cannot stop binge watching TV, although I know I need to do something else. Then later on, I'm rushing to finish something. Regret loves you to say those things, it feeds on that. Then regret waits. It waits for you to feed on all these weak things, and it grows deep inside and rips havoc. So when you don't do what you were supposed to do at the time you were supposed to do it, and regret keeps telling you, oh no, sit down, you'll have time. But then later on, you find out, I have no time. I couldn't get it done. And that is where it gets deeper inside of you. And regret has a habit, it steals your faith, it destroys your belief in what you know for sure can happen. Regret takes away your faith. You have no faith. I failed before. I thought I could do it. I don't do it. That my spiritual life is going down the drain because regret is telling you, ha ha ha, you didn't get the help you prayed for. And that is what regret is saying. And then it takes away, you know for sure, you believe that you can do this. And then regret tell you, you see, I told you you couldn't do it. So then the shoulder slopes, the body gets just, you just get it. It's just not working. So this is why you stay on top of regret and let it know that it is not invited to the party of your life. The only way to do that is to avoid putting yourself in a situation where you're going to regret later on. We say that all the time. Lots and lots of times when I am talking with others, their regret is not maybe something always an action that was physical. They didn't do something, they didn't do that. It's sometimes an action of words. And the minute and the moment those words leave your lips, it's gone. You cannot pull it back. There is no way of bringing it back in. It left. So that is the biggest regret. I shouldn't have said that. You always said that. I want to take it back. But can you take it back from the mind of the person you insulted? You cannot take it back. The person might be able to forgive you. They can forgive you. They can work on forgiving you so they get lighter. But they will not forget. And you cannot forget either. So that is why they say in Creole, tout manger est bon pour manger, mais tout parler pas bon pour parler. So what it means is that any food you get that you have to eat, food is good to eat, but not words that are always good to speak. Not all words are good to speak. So that is where we have to be conscious with our thoughts and our feelings. It's better to walk away, or it's better to just shut up, or it's better to just not get involved. When we all know when this situation is coming that will cause regret, we know that. We know if we don't do something, it will, or if we do it the wrong way, we'll have regret. But we always just wait for that slippery little slope to take us down there, and we feel so good about it. Hello, Stephen. The cure to regret is to take chances, to give a little more to life. So if you don't want to regret, just give life a little. Take a chance. Take a chance on doing something. To share a little of what you have or what you know. To share. Just share a little bit of knowledge. When you empty the cup, you can add more to it. So regret is something, oh, I should have told you. I knew about this. Well, what's the point of telling me no? Why didn't you tell me at the time? You should have. Another regret. It's not a big one, but all of them come together, and that's the big regrets that just jam your life. You stop there and you cannot move. So, regret is a disease of the mind that affects the body. And the word tells you that it is spelled dis-ease. It takes away your ease. That is what regret does. So you cannot give it that authority to harness it, to take your body over and do what you want. Um, you have to teach one person to be complete. You have to teach somebody else to stay on the train until the end, never giving up. Arriving at the end of the journey still intact. You have to explain that to somebody. Somebody you see that's going to end up in the situation. You were there already. You saw the bump in the road. You experience regret yourself. And now I am so happy to explain to you, you know what? I had a situation like that. My reaction was went the way you're going. And today I am reaping the benefits of taking that choice. The person does not have to take your advice or heed your words, but you're giving them something to think. So your job, having known where the bumps were in the road, is to stop another person from going that. How do you do that? You do that by sharing. You do that by giving a little of you. You empty your cup so you can fill it with fresh things. Regret is not something you can do anything with. You can try to push it away before it takes hold of the positive and turn it into a negative. You know it's coming. Regret has its weak. It has weak knees. It's really weak and can be brought to down. You can crush regret and leave it in the past and let it just hang its head in shame. But never return to the position of putting yourself in regret. Regret is a one-way street to the end of a very bitter and selfish journey. So regret is something that at the time I wasn't selfish when I told her that. I wasn't selfish when I insulted this person. I wasn't selfish when I did this. I wasn't selfish when I shared gossip. No, you were, and we all are. And no, that is what regret does. I'm so sorry. She doesn't say hello to me anymore. He doesn't talk to me anymore. I cannot go there. I feel so bad. I hang my head in shame. I said something. I did something. I was careless. I drove into somebody because I was angry. So there's so many things that regret can do to us. But the point of it is that we cannot fix it. We cannot go back. So we need to know how to avoid it. To avoid finding ourselves in a situation of regret, we have to be conscious in the present moment. We cannot live a life of unconsciousness. We know as we get older, if we go down the stairs and we don't hold on to the handrail, or we have too many things in our hands, we're going to trip. We know that. But then we're not conscious in the moment. We know that we need something to hold on to something else, but we don't do it, and then we go oops. But oops is not going to fix the situation. Oops is the regret. I knew that, and you hear that often. I just knew that. I have an experience, and I know that is something I got it. I was going to shovel the snow. I was putting a pair of boots on. When I had the first one on, something said to me, take those boots off and put another one on. My response was, I have one on already. And the minute I got outside, I fell boom on my left shoulder. I'm still reaping the benefits of not listening to that moment. It's a regret. I knew I should. How many seconds would it have taken for me to change my boots? So these are my experiences with regret. I cannot do anything about it. It's gone, it's messed up my shoulder. But I regret that, and I cannot live there in that thing. I cannot. But no, I am more aware though. No, I have taken that lesson, and when that mind, when that intuition says, "Hey, I listen." So we all get a warning. We all get a warning before regret comes in. We all do. We have better tools to cope with before regret comes in. Regret does not come with a helping hand. Regret doesn't come to say, this is how you fix me. Regret is happy to stay in your life. So when you get the little inkling, or you get that feeling of maybe I shouldn't eat this, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I shouldn't go there, maybe I shouldn't stay this, perhaps I should try this, then do that. Take the chance, give a little, share a little, because regret does not take a holiday. It stays inside of you forever. Let's give regret that break. Let's tell regret, you got to me once. I am not going to give you a conscious choice anymore to come into my life. Because if we let regret get in there, we cannot push it out. I cannot ever, ever, ever forget that fall. But my job is to tell you, when you get that position of thought that hits you, it does come. And it comes better and stronger when you are always living a conscious life, a life of in the present, not going down the step and thinking, or the stairs and thinking of something you did yesterday. not climbing up and thinking of something else, not cooking and thinking of something else. I know we all do that, but we're try to stay in the present moment. When you're driving, try to be aware. The person that is driving and they're texting, that person will have a regret. But what can they do? So that is what we know. Regret is dangerous. Regret is, it comes before it actually happens. But we cannot go back and slap it in its face and put it down or do anything with it. We can't. All we can do is remember that experience and try never ever to repeat it again. So let's give regret a holiday. Maybe the experience will bring regret to the end of our days. Just take it away and say, go, I don't need you anymore. So today, let's see what we can do. Remember to listen to that voice before you have to face regret. So sending you light and joy on a wonderful Thursday morning. Please like and share the morning blessings and let others enjoy some of that. So what you guys, happy Thursday. Oh, I'm thankful and grateful today. Hi, Stephen. Yokun. Not all words are good to speak. No, not all words are good to speak. And so to Corinne, you can hear me. Thanks, Nancy, for letting me know it's Thursday. Never, never know. Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it Thursday? Okay, that's cool. So, guys, I hope you had a wonderful morning, and I hope you learned something. I was able to share a little with you today that will take you and make you feel better tomorrow. And today, all I asked when I said my prayers is help me to do better today than I did yesterday. And you know what your money what your mantra was for today, right? Let me see. Do I still have your mantra here? I am pushing myself to do better. And your greeting to self, my light is shining. And with your light shining, nobody can take dim this. You have decided that. Can you imagine you woke up and you say, my light is shining bright today? Who can stop you? Who can dim that? Nobody can. Then your mantra, I am pushing myself to do better. And that nobody can tell you, no, you're not. Yes, I am. I'm pushing myself to be better. Get out. My light is shining, and you will be blinded by my light. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys. Tonight I have a young lady from New York City. She's an entrepreneur. She has had her business for now. She's a stylist, and she's going to be on with me at 7. I'm going to be asking her question. It won't be like last night you don't know where he talked to me for an hour and a half. It was great. But her name is Chanel, and I will be speaking with her at 7 p.m. tonight. She has her own, she's had her business for maybe about 10 or 12 years. I'm not too sure. But she's fabulous. I met her in New York 2 years ago, and she has been following me. I did some mentoring with her when I went to New York, and so that she wanted to have a conversation. So tonight we're going to be chatting with her. So if you can, please join us. So I'll be sending my story out. All these things you have to do with technology. Having fun doing it though. So talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful and amazing day, and see you tonight. Bye.